Hey guys, welcome back to Fantasy Tipped. Julian here for another waiver wire video, this one for week 17 of the fantasy hockey season. Things are starting to look up for me here. I finally got my computer back from the repair shop, so video editing should go back to normal, and just got a haircut, so things are looking up for me. I'm not going to waste any more time, guys, but if you haven't already, drop a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to jump into the schedule for week 17. And on Monday, January 27th, we're already at the end of January here, guys. There are 5 games. On Tuesday, there are 8. On Wednesday, there are 5. On Thursday, there are 10. Friday, 4. Saturday, 9. And Sunday, 9 games. So, the off nights officially are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. However, there's not really any day of the week that's overly busy. So go ahead and check your lineup, and it's honestly possible that you have room in your lineup on all days, and it's also possible that you're full on certain days. So check which days you actually have room to be adding players for, and then you can base your ads upon that. Now, what teams have a good schedule this week? Well, the team with the best schedule is the Vancouver Canucks, because not only do they play 4 games, but 3 of those games are on all 3 off nights this week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they also play on Sunday, which is really great. The other teams that play 4 games are Calgary, Detroit, Los Angeles, New York Islanders, Philadelphia, and Seattle. And you can see exactly which days they play down below. Which teams have a bad schedule? Well, that's Ottawa, San Jose, and Toronto. The reason their schedules are bad is because they only play 2 games apiece this week. Jumping into some forward options now, guys, and the first one on the list is Patrik Laine. Now, the Habs don't have a particularly amazing schedule this week, but it's not a bad schedule, and Patrik Laine has just been so good for the Habs, and he needs to be owned in more than 70% of leagues. He is playing on the top power play, on the second line, and he's constantly putting up points on one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now. That's an easy add. Dylan Holloway as well, it just continues to pile up the points over there. Absolutely loving that ad. Logan Cooley is someone who's been super under the radar all year. People are finally starting to catch on how good this kid has been all year. Now, the downside is he is a natural center, but if you do have room for a natural center, add him to your lineup. He's so good. Second line, top power play, constantly putting up points. Matvei Michkov is good for the off nights that Philadelphia has this week. They play Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So 3 games in the first 4 games of the week. Really good. So if you have room on at least Monday and Wednesday, and if you even have room on Thursday, that's even better. But he is a good off night pickup. Pierre-Luc Dubois has been really great since the calendar switched to 2025. Had a really good last few weeks and can continue that momentum for sure. Pavel Dorofeev has been really great over the past couple of weeks. He scored a hat trick, he's scoring goals, he's even getting some assists, constantly shooting the puck, and is actually getting top power play time right now in Vegas, so he's definitely a really good ad in most leagues. Coleman is good because the Flames do play 4 games this week, and he's been giving you a pretty safe floor with his peripherals, and has actually been scoring some points as of late as well. Having triple eligibility doesn't hurt either. Jonathan Drouin of the Colorado Avalanche is still playing in the top 6 and top power play and is putting up points. His peripherals kind of suck, but as long as the points keep coming, which they should playing with McKinnon, he'll continue to be fantasy viable. Braden Shen has also been hot as of late. Quite a few players in St. Louis right now are putting up points. Shen is one of them, and as long as he's hot, definitely deserves to be on your fantasy team. Pavel Zacha, finally in Boston, he's starting to actually put up some points, and consistently. He's playing on the top line with Pastrnak and also on the top power play with Pastrnak. So definitely really great deployment, and while he's putting up points, definitely not a bad player to be adding to your lineup. Adam Fantilli's playing on the top line in Columbus with Monahan out. He is getting those opportunities, so he's definitely someone that merits an ad if you're in need for a natural center. Capo Caco and Jaden Schwartz both play on the top line with Matty Beniers in Seattle. Both guys are going off right now, scoring quite a bit of points. Both guys are getting power play time as well. Definitely both guys are good ads, and Seattle does play 4 games this week. Boone Jenner is someone who is on the IR, but he's kind of going a little bit unnoticed here. He's only owned in 12% of leagues, and he really needs to be added in more. If you have IR spot, add him. Then Tyler Bertuzzi of the Chicago Blackhawks is playing on their top line and top power play with Connor Bedard, and as of late, the dude's been scoring goals. Then I have a trio of Philadelphia Flyers: Garnett Hathaway, Morgan Frost, and Sean Couturier. Now, Morgan Frost is playing on the top line with Konechny, Couturier is playing on the second line with Michkov, and Hathaway is actually playing on the fourth line. Now, Frost and Couturier, I mean, they're deep league ads if you want someone for those off nights. And Hathaway as well, but Hathaway really isn't there to score you points. He's there really for the floor he's been giving with hits. He's one of the top hitters in the league this season, so he's giving you a very, very, very safe floor every single night, and any points that he gets are just a bonus. Marco Kasper plays for Detroit, and they also play 4 nights this week, which is pretty good, and he's on the top line with Larkin right now, so definitely the dude can put up some points. And finally, Pius Suter of the Vancouver Canucks is playing on the second line with J.T. Miller and Connor Garland, and if you're in a Super Deep League and you want the 4 off nights that they have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Pius Suter can be an ad if you are in desperate need for an off night guy. For defense, Shane Gostisbehere of the Carolina Hurricanes is the top defenseman to be adding, as he is top power play in Carolina. Definitely couldn't put up some points there. Drew Doughty seems like he's going to be back this week, guys. So if you have any room on your IR spot, or even if you don't at this point, add Drew Doughty, because he's going to be the top power play guy in Los Angeles, and he absolutely can be a steal of an ad. Add him now. Stop waiting. I've told you guys to add him enough times. If you still haven't done it, add him now. Seth Jones is absolutely going off right now on the top power play in Chicago, and as long as this dude's scoring points, absolutely merits being in your fantasy lineup. Jake Middleton is there for the safe floor that he provides with his peripherals, and I like that a lot, having a safe floor guy in your fantasy hockey lineup. Cam Fowler, not a safe floor at all. If he's not scoring you a point, he's pretty much a bust for the night, but he's been scoring a lot of points and is getting plenty of power play time in St. Louis. Darren Radish is kind of a crazy, nobody saw that coming kind of ad, but he is playing on the top power play right now in Tampa Bay with the likes of Gensel and Kucherov, and as long as the dude is putting up points and getting that top power play deployment, he's really not a bad ad. Mason Lohrei of the Boston Bruins is still top power play in Boston. He hasn't been particularly amazing, but can definitely merit to be owned in some more deep leagues. Michael Kesselring is actually getting top power play time right now in Utah with Sergachev out. Now, I don't think Sergachev's going to be out very long, and even by the time you're watching this, Sergachev might already be back. But if something happens that keeps Sergachev out of the lineup, Kesselring is the guy to be adding, because he definitely has a lot more value with some top power play time. Finally, Ryan Pulock and Dennis Cholowski. One of these guys is going to be getting the top power play time with Noah Dobson possibly out for a little while. I think it's going to be Cholowski, but again, Cholowski kind of sucks, so it's possible that he's going to be healthy scratch and Pulock ends up getting the top power play time. Definitely keep your eye on that. I'd only add Cholowski if you're in a super ridiculously 20-team league and you just need a defenseman that could potentially put up points. Fine. Otherwise, Pulock is a much better option where he also gets a safe floor and even is an option if he doesn't get that top power play time. For goalies, Sam Montembeault is the most rostered goalie I have on this list. He's pretty solid, getting most of the starts in Montreal and should get a good amount of wins. Kevin Lankinen is the guy getting a good amount of starts in Vancouver. Even though Demko is back, he's still getting plenty of starts. Ingram and Vejmelka are split in starts, although lately Ingram's been playing quite a bit better. So if Vejmelka has another couple of bad games, I think it's back to being Ingram's crease. So if you are a Vejmelka owner, be sure to add Ingram and vice versa. Actually, if you're an Ingram owner, you may not even have to add Vejmelka unless he plays really well on Thursday night, the night that I'm recording this. Talbot and Lyon are splitting the starts in Detroit. Both are decent options. Dostal and Gibson are splitting the starts in Anaheim. Lately, they've both been kind of bad, so not my favorite options in the world, but they're okay options if you need some starts. Merzlikins is the guy in Columbus getting almost all the starts, so he should be getting a good amount there. Charlie Lindgren of the Washington Capitals is getting every second start in Washington. He was injured, so he missed a whole bunch of starts, but he should be back to getting every second start. Levi Merilainen is still the guy getting the starts in Ottawa, although Ullmark should be back really, really soon, so once he is, Merilainen is going to be pretty useless. Samuel Urson is the guy getting the starts in Philadelphia, and he's been much, much, much better as of late, so definitely a better ad. Jake Allen of the New Jersey Devils is getting the starts right now in New Jersey because Markstrom, got injured. And as long as Markstrom is out, Jake Allen is a really, really good add. He's kind of a must-add player right now, guys. And if you're in a points-based league and you haven't yet added him, do it now. Alex Nedeljkovic of the Pittsburgh Penguins is the starter right now in Pittsburgh. Been playing very well since Jari got demoted to the AHL. But if he starts to slip, Blomqvist could get some starts as well. So just keep your eye on that. And finally, Peter Mrazek of the Chicago Blackhawks has had a couple decent games in a row. He's faced a lot of shots, didn't win those games, but he looked pretty decent. So he is the starting goalie right now in Chicago. And that's it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy the content today, drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Fantasy Tip.